turn around and face the doors, please. On my count of 3, open your door. 1, 2, 3.
Ever wondered what happens to the Hell's Kitchen winners after the cameras stop rolling? Well, we did some digging, and what we discovered might just surprise you. While winning Hell's Kitchen looks like the dream, not every winner's path is smooth. Some rise higher than anyone expected, while others disappear from the spotlight, leaving fans wondering what went wrong. Today, we're breaking down what happened to every Hell's Kitchen winner, starting with the most popular and most successful names the people fans still talk about the most. Their victories were big, but their stories afterward are even bigger. Let's begin with the earliest winner of the show, Michael Ray. Michael Ray was the champion of Hell's Kitchen from Season 1 in 2005 and has one of the most dramatic stories of any winner in the show's history. His victory was bright and full of promise. Chef Ramsay even offered him a rare opportunity, the choice between opening his own restaurant or moving to London to train under Ramsay himself. Michael accepted the London offer at first, then changed his mind. Behind the scenes, he was struggling with a severe addiction to painkillers, which began after a back surgery where his implanted rods snapped. He later said he was terrified of moving to London without access to the pills he relied on. Michael took his prize money, opened 2 successful restaurants, and soon became a father. But then tragedy struck. His daughter died shortly after birth. The grief pushed Michael deeper into addiction. His marriage fell apart, and he lost his businesses. Eventually, he became homeless, living out of his truck and sometimes under an overpass. His addiction grew so intense that he eventually broke into a pharmacy to get pills. After breaking into the pharmacy, Michael fled into the Mojave Desert to avoid capture. He hallucinated for days and even attempted to take his own life. A passerby found him crawling on the ground and called for help. Michael woke up in a hospital and decided it was time to get clean. He entered rehab, rebuilt his life, met his future wife, Charlene, and later turned himself in for the pharmacy break-in, serving a month in jail. When he completed his sentence, he slowly worked his way back into cooking. Today, he runs a custom knife company called Skull and Cleavers, works as a chef, teaches cooking, and lives happily with his wife and their son. Michael Ray's story showed us the darkest side of life after Hell's Kitchen. But then, just the following season after Michael's came another champion whose path also had a dark shadow. Meet Kimberly Ryan. Ryan won Season 16 and earned her place as head chef at Yardbird Southern Table and Bar in Las Vegas. She was young, talented, and full of potential. But while her victory looked bright on TV, her real life took a very dark turn soon after. In a heartbreaking Instagram post years later, Ryan revealed that 2017, the same year she won Hell's Kitchen, was also the year she attempted to take her own life. She survived the attempt and spent time in a Las Vegas psychiatric ward. She later explained that the pressure, stress, and emotional turmoil of that year pushed her into a severe mental health crisis. Her struggles didn't end there. By 2020, Ryan spoke openly about battling alcohol addiction and working hard on her sobriety. She shared that she had reached 9 months sober, and she began using her social media to help others going through similar battles. Her honesty made fans see her in a new light, not just as a winner, but as someone fighting hard to rebuild her life. Today, Ryan has been sober since February 2021. But just when it seemed like she had found her footing again, life dealt her another devastating blow. On February 24, 2025, she announced she was diagnosed with grade 3 metastatic ductal breast cancer, which she is currently battling. The announcement shocked fans who had followed her journey of recovery and resilience. Once again, she chose transparency, sharing her diagnosis and treatment journey openly. Facing cancer after surviving addiction and severe mental health struggles only deepened the emotional weight of her story. Her story is proof that even Hell's Kitchen champions face real, painful challenges behind the scenes. Although Ryan fought silent battles, the next winner could be considered her polar opposite. The person most fans consider to be the winner of winners, Christina Wilson. Christina wasn't just another Hell's Kitchen winner. She's the face of what a successful winner should look like. After winning Season 10 in 2012, Christina didn't waste a second. She flew to Las Vegas the next morning to start her job as head chef at Gordon Ramsay Steak, proving she was serious about earning every part of her prize. And unlike many winners who struggled after the show, Christina only moved upward. Her leadership impressed Ramsay so much that she later returned to Hell's Kitchen as the Red Team's sous chef, becoming one of the most respected figures in the show's history. Fans still call her the best winner ever. Christina never had any scandals or setbacks that hurt her career. Instead, she built a strong reputation in the Ramsay world, and years later, she was promoted again, this time becoming part of Ramsay's wider culinary team. Her story sets a high bar, and it's a tough one to match. By the way, if you're enjoying our content, please make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more untold stories of your favorite TV celebrities. Your support really helps us grow. Now let's get back to our video. But while Christina stayed close to Ramsay for years, the next winner took her victory in a slightly different direction. Ariel Fox became the champion of Season 18, the Rookies vs. Veterans season, and her win was one of the most decisive in the show's history. She earned a $250,000 salary and became head chef at Gordon Ramsay Hell's Kitchen at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. Ariel was a force from the moment she entered the kitchen, but the biggest part of her story came after the show. Instead of staying in the Ramsay empire long-term, Ariel eventually shifted toward a different path, one that blended cooking with business, writing, and brand work. She also built a strong online presence, becoming one of the more recognizable and modern winners of the franchise. Ariel didn't have any major scandals, but she did have one surprise moment, when she declined the head chef position in later seasons of the show's updates. Fans were shocked, but Ariel made it clear she was choosing a life that worked better for her. Ariel might have taken a risk, but ended up carving out a steady path. But the next winner had a more shaky climb through the industry. Dave Levy, better known to fans as the One-Armed Bandit, is one of the most unforgettable champions in Hell's Kitchen history. He won Season 6 while cooking with a broken arm wrapped in a cast. Even with one arm, Dave performed better than almost everyone around him, making fans wonder what he could have done if he had both arms fully working. After his win, Dave took the head chef position at a Raxi restaurant and bar in Whistler, Canada. He served tourists and athletes during the 2010 Winter Olympics, delivering high-quality food under intense pressure. But once the games ended, Dave made a surprising move. He left. According to him, he felt treated more like a line cook than the head chef he was promised. He eventually returned to New Jersey and worked in several kitchens, including Il Giardino sul Mare, but his life hit a rough patch in 2014. Dave became involved in a drug bust after police suspected he was under the influence of narcotics. Thankfully for him, it turned out to be a misunderstanding, and he was released when tests proved he wasn't using drugs. Still, the incident brought unwanted attention and added stress to his already difficult career path. Later, Dave found steady work as a pastry chef at Mara's Cafe and Bakery in Denville. He remained there until the cafe closed in 2022. Since then, Dave has stepped out of the public eye almost completely. He doesn't post on social media, and no new interviews have surfaced. No one knows exactly what Dave is doing today, but fans hope he's living a quiet, peaceful life after years of pressure, injury, and unwanted drama. And while Dave moved away from the spotlight, the next winner eventually came back to Hell's Kitchen itself. Michelle Trible won Season 17, the first All-Stars season, and became one of the youngest winners ever. Her prize was the head chef position at Gordon Ramsay Hell's Kitchen at Caesar's Palace. Michelle had a clean and steady journey after the show. She worked her Las Vegas role, built experience, and later returned to Hell's Kitchen as a sous chef. Fans loved seeing her again, especially because she brought a calmer, more focused energy compared to some of the louder personalities on the show. Michelle didn't have scandals or dramatic controversies. Instead, her story shows how an all-star winner can grow into a trusted chef within Ramsay's world. She continued developing her career, and many fans consider her one of the most consistent and stable winners the show ever produced. Michelle Trible showed that even the youngest all-star can rise to the top, but while she thrived inside Hell's Kitchen, the next winner made a very different decision once the cameras were off. And that brings us to Corey Sutton, a champion who surprised everyone for reasons no one expected. Corey Sutton won Season 19 on April 22, 2021, and her victory was one of the most emotional in the show's history. When Chef Ramsay announced her name, she said the first people she ran to were her father and her son. It was a huge moment for her family and for her career. Winning meant she earned the head chef position at Hell's Kitchen Lake Tahoe, and Chef Ramsay had high praise for her, calling her decisive, level-headed, passionate, and a natural leader. Many fans expected Corey to go straight into the job like every winner before her, but that didn't happen. In a surprising twist, Corey turned down the head chef position for personal and family reasons. Instead of working in Tahoe, Corey chose to stay in Los Angeles, where she continued her culinary career in her own way. Since then, she has built a business as a private chef, managing her own sauce brand called Mama Corey, and appearing in several cooking shows, including Top Chef Mexico and Cutthroat Kitchen. She even recently got married. Her story is different from most winners, but sometimes success isn't a title at a restaurant. Sometimes it's choosing the life that works best for your family. And while Corey stepped away from the spotlight, the next winner stepped into it at full speed. Kyle Timson, the winner of Season 23, became the champion on February 6, 2025. His season was unique because it was the first time Hell's Kitchen featured only head chefs competing against each other. Kyle entered the show as a 29-year-old executive chef from New Jersey, already seasoned, confident, and ready for battle. From the beginning, Kyle stood out, not only because of his skills, but because of his charisma. Chef Ramsay said Kyle had everything he looks for in a head chef: passion, creativity, leadership, and energy. When Kyle won, his prize was the head chef position at Hell's Kitchen Foxwoods Resort Casino in Connecticut. Since his win is very recent, Kyle hasn't had time for a dramatic rise or fall. But what's clear is that fans love him. Many call him one of the most complete chefs the show has produced in its newer seasons. If Corey's post-show life was about staying close to home, Kyle's is about stepping into a huge new role. Although Kyle's career is just starting, the next winner's journey began overseas and carried the theme of the American Dream. Meet Ryan O'Sullivan, who won Season 22 on January 25, 2024, in a season themed around the American Dream, and no one fit that theme more than Ryan did. Ryan came from Cork, Ireland, and fought through the competition with passion and creativity. He wasn't just a good chef, Ryan had the energy and spirit of someone who had traveled far for a chance to prove himself. His win earned him the head chef role at Hell's Kitchen Las Vegas, one of the most iconic restaurants ever associated with the show. Chef Ramsay praised Ryan highly, saying he had never met a more passionate chef. Ryan's post-show life so far has been focused on the job he fought so hard for. There have been no big scandals, no controversies, just a chef who came to America, won against tough competitors, and is now living his dream. But while Ryan's journey is straightforward and inspiring, the next winner took a totally different path, one filled with business ventures, teaching, books, and entrepreneurship. Rock Harper won Season 3 back in August 2007. Even before Hell's Kitchen, Rock was already an executive chef in Washington, D.C., so he entered the competition with experience most contestants only wish they had. On the show, Rock dominated. He ran the stations like a true leader and stayed calm under pressure, something Chef Ramsay always values. Those traits helped him win the title and earn the head chef position at Terra Verde in Nevada. After fulfilling his one-year contract, Rock returned to Washington, D.C., where he continued to build his career. But unlike many winners who simply take chef jobs, Rock expanded in every direction. He became executive chef at Ben's Next Door, taught cooking at Stratford University, and even published a book called 44 Things Parents Should Know About Healthy Cooking for Kids. After that, he launched the Chef Rock Experiment, a podcast where he talks about the restaurant industry from the inside. And if that wasn't enough, Rock then turned to entrepreneurship. Using his winning fried chicken recipe from the show, he opened Queen Mother's Fried Chicken, which gained a loyal following. But while Rock built businesses and books, the next winner's story took a darker turn with betrayal and setbacks. Heather West became the Season 2 winner on August 14, 2006, at just 25 years old. She wasn't just a good chef, she was a natural leader. From the start, Heather showed confidence, reliability, and a friendly nature that made people want to follow her. During the finale, Chef Ramsay praised her determination and said her leadership ability at such a young age was a phenomenon. Her prize was supposed to be the executive chef position at Terra Rosa in the Red Rock Resort in Las Vegas. It sounded like the perfect beginning. But 3 months after her win, Heather discovered the truth. She wasn't an executive chef. She was only a senior chef. Feeling misled, she left and returned to New York, where she became head chef of Monterey Restaurant in Long Beach. This became a pattern for Heather. Over the years, she worked at multiple restaurants, Jellyfish Restaurant, Broadway Grill, and later Schaffer's, moving 17 times across cities like Seattle and Los Angeles before settling back in her hometown of Port Jefferson. Heather's journey also had a heartbreaking shadow. Season 2 carried tragedies for the cast. Contestant Rachel Brown died by suicide less than a year after airing, and fellow contestant Keith Green drowned accidentally in 2012. These losses hit the Hell's Kitchen community hard. Heather stayed connected to the show, returning as a guest judge, sous chef, and finale guest across several seasons. But outside television, her life shifted. She co-founded East End Playdates, a nonprofit helping mothers dealing with postpartum depression, something she felt deeply about. Today, Heather is a devoted mother of 3, focused on family and community. Her story is calmer than Michael's, but it carries its own lessons, mostly about resilience and finding purpose beyond fame. And while Heather rebuilt her life close to home, the next winner used her talent to rise through kitchens across the country. Megan Gill, winner of Season 14 on June 9, 2015, came into Hell's Kitchen with serious credentials. She trained in French culinary techniques and had already worked in one of Washington, D.C.'s top restaurants. So when she stepped into the competition, she wasn't just another chef, she was a quiet storm. Megan became the first winner to ever earn a perfect score on the Signature Dish Challenge. She also holds a funny record. She was kicked out of the kitchen 5 times, the most of any winner. Still, her talent outweighed every setback. After her win, Megan became head chef at the Gordon Ramsay Pub and Grill in Atlantic City. Then she moved on to become executive chef at MGM Springfield and later joined the Dormy Network as an executive chef, a prestigious position she still holds. Outside the kitchen, Megan's life stayed stable and positive. She married and settled in the greater Hartford area. No scandals and no drama, just skill, hard work, and steady success. But while Megan built a career in high-end dining, the next winner used Hell's Kitchen as a launching pad for something much more personal. Alex Belaloo won Season 21 on February 9, 2023, during the Battle of the Ages season, where chefs in their 20s faced off against chefs in their 40s. At 40 years old, Alex was the oldest winner the show had ever crowned. He came into Hell's Kitchen with more experience than most. He had cooked professionally for years and even owned a restaurant called Dallas and Jane. His leadership was strong, his food was consistent, and Chef Ramsay noticed from the beginning. Alex won the head chef position at Hell's Kitchen in Atlantic City, but chose not to take the job. Instead, he built his own path as a business owner. He focused on Alex Belaloo hospitality and created a successful podcast called Cooking, Cocktails, and Community. But he didn't stop at cooking. Alex stepped into the world of music, releasing a single called Fallout in 2023. He also became known for sharing mental health messages and fitness content online. If Alex's path shows how much a winner can do with a full career behind them, the next champion proved how far someone can rise with almost no experience at all. Christina Machur won Season 4 on July 8, 2008, and she did it despite being the least experienced finalist in Hell's Kitchen history at that time. Ramsay saw something in her immediately, something raw but powerful. "I think long-term," he said, "and Christina has the best potential of any chef here." Her prize was supposed to be an executive chef role at the London West Hollywood, but like Heather West, she was placed instead as a senior chef. Even so, Christina helped the restaurant earn a Michelin star within 10 months. After leaving the restaurant, she completely shifted her career path. Christina went back to school to study wine at the Culinary Institute of America and trained at the Master Court of Sommelier. That move changed her life. She started her own wine company, Napa Valley Experiences, and now runs a private catering company called The Clandestine Table. She also joined the opening team at Thomas Keller's Bouchon Bistro in Beverly Hills. Christina didn't just survive Hell's Kitchen, she reinvented herself afterward. And if Christina represents reinvention, our next winner represents youthful ambition turning into real success. Trenton Garvey won Season 20 on September 13, 2021 during the Young Guns season, where all chefs were under 25. At just 23 years old, Trenton broke a 7-season winning streak held by women. In one of the show's most memorable moments, he proposed to his girlfriend right after his victory. Even Chef Ramsay looked emotional too. It was a rare soft moment in Hell's Kitchen. Trenton took his head chef position at Gordon Ramsay Steak in Las Vegas in early 2022. After some time there, he moved on to become chef de cuisine at the Bedford by Martha Stewart, a high-profile restaurant also in Las Vegas. Today, Trenton works as an executive chef at Guy Fieri's Flavortown Sports Kitchen and lives happily with his wife, Mai. He may have been one of the youngest winners ever, but his rise through Las Vegas kitchens shows he earned every moment of his success. Our next champion is Ariel Malone, the outspoken and confident chef from Hackensack, New Jersey, who won Season 15 on April 29, 2016. Fans still remember her famous line, $250,000? I've never had more than $2,000 in my bank account at one time. Her journey felt relatable for many chefs who start from humble beginnings. Ariel won her finale aboard the USS Iowa. Guided with advice from Season 14 winner Megan Gill, her prize was a head chef position at BLT Steak at Bally's Las Vegas. But surprisingly, she left the restaurant just a few months later for what she described as a better offer. There's no public record of what that offer was, but by 2021, Ariel had shifted to private chefing full-time. Outside the kitchen, Ariel explored new passions, working as a coach and even a doula, helping mothers during childbirth. Today, she lives in Los Angeles and proudly raises her 3 daughters. She even earned extra money on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, winning $10,000. Ariel's life shows that winning Hell's Kitchen doesn't always mean staying in restaurants forever. Ariel stepped away from the restaurant world, but the next winner took the opposite path, diving deeper into it. Scott Cumings, the Season 12 champion, won on July 24, 2014. Coming from Woodstock, Illinois, he became known as one of Hell's Kitchen's toughest underdogs. Scott holds the record for most nominations survived, 7 total, yet he still pulled through to win. Ramsay praised him for his leadership and incredible palate. awarding him the $250,000 head chef job at Gordon Ramsay Pub and Grill in Caesar's Palace. After completing his contract, Scott worked briefly at Freedom Beat in Las Vegas before launching his own company, Established Culinary Management. He also co-founded BLT Foods in Las Vegas. Today, he works at the Daily Bread Bakery in Nevada, posting his dishes and family moments on Instagram. He even appeared on Matilda and the Ramsay Bunch, cooking alongside Gordon's daughter. Scott may be an underdog, but he turned his win into long-term success. He ventured into more businesses, but the next winner took a more winding road. Danny Veltry won Season 5 at just 23 years old. His passion and fast growth during the competition impressed Ramsay enough to give him the head chef role at Fornaletto in the Borgata Hotel in Atlantic City. But Danny didn't stay long. He quit less than a year later and returned to Florida. In 2012, he faced a personal setback when he was arrested for drunk driving. Thankfully, it appeared to be a one-time mistake. Danny bounced back, helping launch the Salt Life Food Shack restaurant chain and later opening his own business, Back from Hell Catering. Today, he's a dedicated father and continues to work in the food industry. Danny's path had ups and downs, but the next winner's story is filled with steady progress and personal strength. Nona Sivley, the Season 8 winner, was crowned on December 15, 2010. Her prize was leading the LA Market restaurant at the JW Marriott in Los Angeles. Fans remember how she fought hard during her finale against runner-up Russell, who famously blamed his team for his loss and threatened to blackball them. Nona, by contrast, remained calm and grateful even after missing her son's first birthday to compete. Nona worked at LA Market for 3 years before moving to Las Vegas to help her mentor, Carrie Simon, open Pork and Beans. She later divorced, reclaimed her maiden name Johnson, and remarried her business partner. Together, they opened the local Peach, a grocery store and catering business that became an important part of their community during the pandemic. Nona continues to be praised by fans for her resilience and kindness. If Nona's journey was steady, Holly Ugaldi's was shaped by unexpected obstacles. Holly won Season 7 on August 10, 2010, and was supposed to become executive chef at the Savoy Grill in London, but she never made it there. Holly said Fox never even applied for her work visa, leaving her stuck in the US. She eventually accepted a cash payout instead of the prize. Though the situation was disappointing, Holly still built a strong career. She became executive chef at B Ocean in Fort Lauderdale and later created the Sen Wellness Lifestyle Program, supporting clients with nutrition, sleep, and overall health. Holly also filmed travel and cooking content in Portugal and built a surprisingly wide resume, from organic farm design to becoming president of Intelligent Lighting Systems, a company specializing in outdoor lighting. Her path may not have matched her prize, but she turned her talent into a diverse and successful career. Some winners faced controversy or setbacks, but Latasha McCutchen delivered one of the cleanest, strongest performances in Hell's Kitchen history. Winning Season 13 on December 17, 2014, she was never nominated a single time. Latasha earned a $250,000 head chef position at Gordon Ramsay Pub and Grill in Atlantic City. After her contract ended, she became a private chef, launching Entertaining with Chef Tasha Mack. She now hosts events, teaches cooking classes, and spends her time giving back, like when she taught culinary students in 2021. Today, she continues her work as a private chef and lives peacefully with her girlfriend. Latasha's story was smooth, but Janelle Witz took a dramatic turn. She won Season 11 in 2013 and was supposed to become head chef at Gordon Ramsay Pub and Grill in Caesar's Palace. But only a month after the finale, it was revealed she had failed her mandatory drug test. As a result, she was denied the prize. Ramsay publicly said, "My door is always open. I hope she sorts out her personal issues." Janelle returned to Texas and rebuilt her career, working as executive chef at Corner Table, Sammy's Steakhouse, and later Sona Wine Bar and Restaurant. She keeps a low profile today but shares her life on Instagram, showing her food, family, and dogs. Though her journey had a major setback, she never gave up her passion. Janelle faced controversy, but the next winner dealt with a different kind of pressure, the label of being one of the weakest winners. Paul Niedermann won Season 9 on September 19, 2011. He has the official credentials of a Hell's Kitchen winner. Paul beat the runner-up Will Lustberg, claimed the head chef position at BLT Steak in New York City, and earned praise from Chef Gordon Ramsay for his passion and determination. Ramsay publicly said Paul had probably the most passionate, determined chef ever to enter Hell's Kitchen, and that his enthusiasm was contagious. However, many fans and commentators have questioned whether Paul was truly the strongest chef in his season, and that skepticism is why he often appears near the bottom of worst to best rankings. Paul lost his mother months before filming, and he dedicated his win to her, similar to Danny Veltry. Over the years, he worked at Hudson at Waterway East and Salt 7 in Delray Beach before becoming executive chef at Jupiter Grill. Today, he lives in South Florida with his wife and family, continuing his career despite fan criticism.